7-yard line. That's a great call, too. Play fake. Funnel will put it up. Throws over the middle. Boom, touchdown. Quick flag.
That's a way. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored.
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow. Edwards pulls off and buries the flag. Shot for Darby!
Today, Sam Jackson drives this one the other way. Naked still going back at the track, locks up, it's gone! Spark, you got it. Isaiah Jackson the other way, and the Sun Devils are on the board.
That's some big boy power. The swing revamp coming in clutch here. Short to it, long through it, hands quickly along the elbow.
What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch peeps? Welcome into Taco Tuesday's edition of Pitchfork Lunch. I am Michael Carasanudo at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. Yes, I know you guys know that. But anyway, I like to remind you because, always got to give a shout out to the man, the artist, Prince, or when he was the artist formerly known as, or just the artist. But nonetheless, see the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. And guess what? Pitchfork Lunchers? You can also go to my IG, michael.caratino.5, and check out the show live there as well. And I know I remind you every day, but you can watch live on YouTube. You see my name, Michael Carasanudo, but it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube. And subscribe because, watch live if you can. But go and subscribe due to the fact that guess what? Any con reviews that you've missed, which we call conversation/interviews, any con reviews you've missed, anything you have missed, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and go back and watch. You can binge watch all of season 1, and there's a lot to binge watch. And now that season 2 is obviously up and rolling and we're crushing it, you can binge watch season 2. But again, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratunuto, but it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe because again, it's just absolutely worth catching up. And again, you've missed a lot of coaches, players, insiders, voices, alum. Like, you have missed a ton of it, a ton. And you can get all caught up. Just saying. You can get all caught up. But yes, go to YouTube and do that. Also, you can listen, as you have been for a while now. You're able to listen to Pitchfork Lunch live on the best internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. As you can go to www.ksrnaz.com. I know those of you watching, you don't have to go there, but you can see it scrolling across the bottom. So go to www.ksrnaz.com. Page will open up. Click listen live. Hit play. Bam. Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. There is Pitchfork Lunch for everybody. So again, stoked that Casual E and invited us over to put Sun Devil content on KSRN. And again, love it. Obviously, awesome. Casualty's got awesome coverage of a lot, which I will get to. But Casualty's got coverage of a lot. But Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, Pitchfork Lunch. And again, I want you to watch, but don't drive and watch, as I kindly remind you every day. Pay attention to the road. But you're Sun Devils, you're smart, you know that. But yeah, you can stream it through your Bluetooth. So again, just go to www.ksrnaz.com. Click listen live, and the page pops up. Bam, and hit play. There's Pitchfork Lunch. But yes, when I said Casualty's got you covered, obviously not just with our wonderful, phenomenal Sun Devil content, but you want comprehensive coverage of the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, the Mercury. Man, Casual E has you hooked up. So you subscribe to their socials. Again, you're smart. So he has you covered. So again, at the Casual Sports Radio Network. So he's got you covered again. Like I said, Cardinals, Suns, Diamondbacks, Mercury, Pitchfork Lunch there, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, our Sun Devil content. So again, www.ksrnaz.com. Click listen live. Bam. There you go. Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Hey, so I hope everybody enjoyed President's Day yesterday, as I did the show from Phoenix Muni right before the ASU baseball game. And man, Austin Peay, their pitchers, the starting pitcher is tough to get to, but when they did and they got him out of the game. But check this out. For those of you watching, you saw it on the way in. They were down 3-0, right? If you went to the game at Phoenix Muni, it was a really good crowd yesterday at Phoenix Muni too. I mean, it was a great crowd all weekend, obviously sweeping. Did I mention the sweep, the nice broom of Ohio State? Absolutely awesome. Sweeping Ohio State, but Austin Peay. And we'll hear from Coach Bloomquist too about how they got because usually they might play on a Tuesday. Or even a Wednesday maybe, but Austin Peay, which is in Tennessee, not in Texas, but hey, they both start with T, so I had that going for me, right? Austin Peay was up 3-0, and yes, the Governors, as they are known, if you see their mascot, they were up 3-0. They got one in the first, one in the third, one in the fourth. But this hit right here, which a lot of you, pardon me, saw on the way in. I know, getting all choked up and excited, right? A little too early for that. We got a lot of baseball season left, but nonetheless, for those listening on KSRN, this is Isaiah Jackson. Yesterday, they were down 3-0 at this point, and man, Isaiah Jackson got it going, as you will see. I'll put it up for those watching, those listening. I'll describe it to you. But yeah, the lefty, the center fielder, again, who just some talking about. We talked about it in the offseason. Heard from him in the fall, but and even obviously when the spring semester started, about just really retooling, revamping his swing with Coach Ellison, who had come in. But yeah, Isaiah Jackson, as I see here, and again, the lefty goes
today.
field.
Jackson drives this
Again,
one the
kept
other
his
way.
hands inside on
Still
that,
going back
able to
at the
push it
track,
out,
locks
and
up,
it
it's
goes
gone.
over the left field fence. No doubt there, and Isaiah Jackson dropped
You
the
want a
Devils
spark?
on the
You got it.
scoreboard,
Isaiah
making
Jackson
it
the other
3-1.
way, and the Sun Devils are on the board.
That's some big boy power. The swing
Yeah, that
revamp
was
coming
definitely a
in
big
clutch
boy
here.
bat.
Short
As
to it, long through it, hands
keep
quickly.
going, a little bit of left field. Again, look at this again. You guys will see. Look at this again. As again, the lefty. Again, just kept his hands inside, but drove it. Got it, up in the air, but not under it. Got it up. And yeah, Isaiah Jackson puts it on the board, makes it 3-1 there.
Isaiah Jackson the other way.
Because it was, again, a tough offensive game. We're here for a tough offensive game. For the Devils, again, they had no runs through 4 innings. First 4, all zeros. And but yeah, Isaiah Jackson in the 5th. He goes opposite field right there. And then the 5th inning was good. New Contratus got an RBI when he walked. Yeah, Jax Ryan was, the bases were loaded, so Jax Ryan came in, they walked in a run, and then Kean Vu got hit by a pitch. He gets an RBI. Brody Briggs scored, and then Brandon Compton. So after it's 3-3, Brandon Compton gets a 2-run single, 9 RBIs over these opening 4 games for Brandon Compton. Again, Mr. Hulk smash, but gets it 2. But Isaiah Jackson got it going. They win 5-1. Again, we'll hear from Coach Bloomquist very shortly about that as well. So very stoked for that. The next baseball game, and well, they're off till Friday, but they have Oral Roberts coming in here Friday at 6:30, and then Saturday at 1, and then Sunday is at noon. They will take on Oral Roberts Sunday at noon. So that's what they have coming up. But again, 4-0 to start the season, and 38 runs scored. 38 runs that they've scored, and they've given up 27. So, but again, you're 4-0. And again, that 17-10 game against Ohio State, like I mentioned on Sunday, was, again, crazy back and forth. It was crazy back and forth. And, ASU had the lead a lot. And then ASU had the lead a lot. And they but again, Ohio State making a run, but still you win 9-8, 7-6, 17-10, and then 5-3. Absolutely awesome. So forks up to Coach Bloomquist in baseball. Again, they got it going defensively, looking pretty good too. And it doesn't hurt when you have, obviously, Isaiah Jackson patrolling center field. Kean Vu looks good in right field. Brandon Compton out in left field has been the lineup. But yeah, 4-0 on the season for baseball, and that is again absolutely awesome. Hey, don't forget tonight. Again, I know, but you want to come see a team battle? We have a top 5 team in the country that is in the house. Number 5, yeah. Number 5, Houston, 2 nights, February 18th. That is today. Yes, so 2 night. DFA. Houston will be here taking on the Devils, number 5 in the country, 7 p.m. It'll be on ESPN2. If you can't make it out, again, it's a bummer, but if you make it out, get on out here, 7 p.m. But it's also on 98.7 FM. So again, the Devils just fell under 500. Now they're 12-13. They've lost 5 in a row. What better way to snap a losing streak than to take down number 5 in the country, which again would not obviously be a terrible thing. We'll be very excited for that. But yeah, you look at Houston, and I mean, like I said, number 5 in the country, and they are. You don't want to talk offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency. Yeah, they are they are ranked highly in a ton of these categories. But yeah, they're atop the Big 12, 13-1 overall, or 13-1 in conference play, 21-4 overall. They have not lost an away game. They are 7-0 on the road, coming off obviously a win in down in Tucson on Saturday as they beat that team down south by 4. So yeah, but they're 13-1 in conference play, and in control to win the regular season Big 12 title. I mean, Arizona is 12-3. Texas Tech is 11-3. But obviously Houston just beat Arizona, so it's very interesting there. But yeah, ASU 3-11 in conference play, like I said, 12-13 overall. But hey, like I said, and we'll see what we're talking about tomorrow. This team's been fighting. This team's been battling. Their head's not in the sand. They're going toe-to-toe with very talented teams. And again, the 7th toughest schedule in the nation that they have played. And I mean, again, can't spell fanatic without fan, and fans want to see wins. I get it. I understand. I'm saying from a coverage standpoint, but this team is full go. And again, they're playing and again, you want to see the technical stop. I get it. The frustration boiling over, from not, like Coach says, finish games. They have to finish, and they got to be in positions to finish. But, well, they have been in positions to finish. Now they have to execute, I should say. Pardon me, execute it. So, but 7 p.m. tonight, get your butts out to Desert Financial Arena as, they will be taking on Houston, and they are number 5 in the country. And we know how sometimes ranked teams have come in here and just, get that stung by the pitchfork. So stung by Sparky and the pitchfork. So again, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely awesome. So men's hoops tonight as well. Hey, hockey, we're going to hear from Coach Powers. And hockey has a huge one, Western Michigan coming in. And it's, oh, man. Hoo-wee. It's they have Western Michigan coming in, they're in ASU's in second place, but Western Michigan is right above them on top of have ASU ranked well in the USA Today US Hockey Magazine rankings, ASU is 12 and Western Michigan is number 3. When we look at the pairwise rankings, by the way, the men's Division One, obviously Western Michigan number 5. But again, we'll hear from Coach Powers, so we'll get to that. ASU now is at number 15 in the pairwise. They're at 15. It's the team's ASU's RPI has been adjusted, by the way, looking at the pairwise, because it's been adjusted. It says, and it's there's in like one column, there's a little asterisk by it. It says team's RPI has been adjusted to remove negative effect from defeating weak opponents. Yeah, that is that. Denver has that as well too. But yeah, Denver is number 10 in the pairwise. ASU's 15 again. Western Michigan at 5. Huge weekend at Mullet Arena. It's sorry about that. It's going to be rocking at Mullet Arena this week. So I would definitely this weekend. And let's see, Friday night is a 7 p.m. game, and then Saturday is a 5 p.m. game. Friday is NCHC TV / Fox 10 Extra, and Saturday's NCHC TV as well. Both games on Fox Sports 910 radio, though. If you can't get out, again, you have many avenues to listen, watch, support, rock it. But man, get on out to Mullet Arena. This is going to be huge. Number 3, Western Michigan, in the arena in Mullet, and then the Devils have to travel to Omaha to close out their season, regular season next weekend, and then you have the NCHC, the quarterfinals, March 14th and 15th, and then NCHC Frozen Face-Off is March 21st through 22nd. So again, you finish on March 1st, and you still have 13 days before you have to play again. So, but nonetheless, it's about Western Michigan. So I'm going to step aside, though. Again, softball's got Grand Canyon tonight too as well. They're out at Grand Canyon, so if you can't get to hoops, you can get to softball. Again, they are coming off a hell of a weekend in Littlewood Classic, and looking good, man. Looking very good. And last year, again, they'll take on Grand Canyon again later on in the season at Farrington. But this is their first mini road trip. It's a road trip across town, but a mini road trip for the Devils as they are at Grand Canyon tonight as well. Coach Bartlett and the team absolutely rocking, loving what they're doing too. So, but I'm going to step aside when we get back. Oh, when we get back, we're going to hear from Colton Schultz. By the way, hello. I know I mentioned it yesterday. His 100th victory as a Sun Devil came on Sunday against Oklahoma. I want a little bonus time. I showed it to you yesterday, but we're going to hear from Colton Schultz. And then after that, we're going to hear from Willie Bloomquist. So I'm going to step aside, and when we get back, we'll hear from Colton Schultz. It's a little wrestling, and more Pitchfork Lunch as it rolls on here on a Taco Tuesday.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean Conn.
Bird gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending a message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean McConnell.
Bird Gang, I know it's another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always laying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, you are listening to the best internet radio station on the web. For those listening on KSRN, the Casual Sports Radio Network, I am Michael Carrasnudo at Diablo00 on X. You are hanging out here with me on Pitchfork Lunch. So, again, so stoked you're with me. And now, like I said, on Senior Day, he was honored. On Sunday, again, splitting duty between softball and wrestling, but I got there for his for a little bit before his match, the senior and the heavyweight wrestler Colton Schultz, his 100th win as the Sun Devil, guys. That is just crazy. 100 career wins, and he did it against, obviously, Oklahoma, ranked 20th in the country. But he gets his 100th win on Sunday. Although it was a tough 32, I think I did mention it yesterday. I said they lost, but they lost 32-6 to Oklahoma, who is 8-4 overall, and then 4-4 in conference. But Sunday afternoon, Schultz garnered the achievement in his last match at home in Tempe in front of a rowdy crowd at Mullet, which was, again, phenomenal. It's just such a great atmosphere over there. But yeah, it was his 100th win. So, and getting it on Senior Day. But yes, I'm not going to carry on. Let's hear from Colton Schultz.
Feel about that, especially in the 100th win?
It was fun. Yeah, 100th win. It's cool. Funny time, and I ended up shaking out being on Senior Day. Last time I got to compete in front of this crowd, it was a blast. Match ended up being a little dramatic going into overtime like that, but it was fun, and I live for those moments.
I was going to say, so you purposely did that going into overtime. Not that he wasn't a tough opponent, but you purposely wanted to go to overtime for the 100th win.
I wish I could say it was on purpose. I would have loved to score early, score big the whole time, but I'm no stranger to those tough, close matches, those overtime matches. I got to keep my head straight and be able to win a match however it pops up.
Colton, obviously a lot over the last 5 years since 2019. What do you hope to have what do you hope to be your lasting impact to the program?
Man, that's a great question. Wins, losses, all that aside, I hope there's one thing I could leave behind as like a legacy or whatever that means would be just great effort. I haven't done everything I've wanted to yet, but every day, every opportunity, I've just brought the best effort I possibly could, and I hope that lives on. Hope that's something Sun Devil Wrestling carries forever. It's great effort.
And obviously, there's more to do this season. But I mean, obviously, being with Coach Jones, and him being an alumni coach, and not that other coaches don't have pride, but alumni of the program, what he did, what is your time with him meant to you?
Yeah, he's been he's coached on the highest levels the sport has. He's won on the highest levels. He's a great coach, fantastic competitor. And him and I both share a love for the Olympic styles, and what he's allowed me to do, and what he's not only allowed but pushed me to do, competing and splitting time folk style and Greco. It's been nothing short of a blessing, really. Not a lot of people get to do that, and it was fun this year going all in on folk style finally. I'm sure he's been wanting that for a while, so it's been fun. He's awesome coach, awesome mentor, great person to be around.
This is your last time wrestling in Tempe. What does this community mean to you? What does ASU mean?
Man, it's been huge. Yeah, it's been 5-6 years, however long it's been. Too long maybe for some, but a lot of people are blessed to be able to wrestle in college for 4 years, and I've been able to do it for 6 now. So it's it's been awesome. You know, this crowd, this community, everything, they've welcomed me, and you know, the love and support you feel every day, it's no joke. It's real. It's just such an awesome opportunity being out here everywhere.
Getting ready to go to nationals. What are your thoughts there? What are you excited for?
Yeah, it's you know, there's a guy who came back. It'd be sweet to get that loss back from him. But more than anything, it's you know, last opportunity to compete alongside my best pals. We try to do something huge. It's bigger than any one of us. We try to make a run for a team trophy, run for a team title. It's been a tough year, but the only way to cap it off is with great effort.
And what do your teammates in general? I mean, obviously, like you said, I mean, being, you know, wrestling for as long as you have here. But I mean, how do you feel that you felt mentor, you know, the younger guys and the teammates guys that have been through here?
Yeah, I'm lucky. The Lord's been patient with me. Took a few years, but this year I finally feel like I'm really stepping into a leadership role that I feel like I've been called to from day one. I was always kind of scared really stepping into it. So it's been fun this year, just really going gung ho, doing everything I can, try to lead. You know, lead by example when I can, and you know, be the voice and be a shoulder for everybody. Yeah, this wrestling stuff, it don't ever get easy. But when you have the perspective of having the opportunity to compete with your best friends for something big, it takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. Just makes it fun.
Cool.
And there he is, Colton Schultz. I mean, he said 100th win in front of the crowd. And I mean, just what a phenomenal career he's had. I mean, he's done obviously very well. And that's why I asked him about, you know, working with, you know, Coach Jones, be his coach. And it's just, I mean, you see it when he's on the mat. And again, last year, like, full disclosure, those of you that were hanging around Pitchfork Lunch last year, you know that I made it out to two wrestling matches last year. I actually made it out to, well, I'll say 3 1/4 this year, or 2 1/4 this year, because they were on the road a little bit too. So again, but when they were here, but yeah, 2 1/4, because Sunday was a little bit of overlapping, like I said, with softball. So, but yeah, just being around this young man, like, absolutely awesome. Oh, and by the way, they have that was their last home match of senior day, but they still have, it's a little bit before nationals. They have a little bit more. They have Lehigh Friday at 5 p.m., Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which it'll be on Flow Wrestling. And then they are in Morgantown, West Virginia, taking on the Mountaineers Sunday at noon. That you can check out, by the way, guys, on ESPN Plus. So that's 23rd. Then they got a little bit of time. And the Big 12 championships are in Tulsa, March 8th and 9th, Saturday, Sunday. And then the NCAA championships are March 20th through 22nd, back on the other side of the map in Philadelphia. So that's what they have. But first things first, again, you'd love to take care of Lehigh and West Virginia. You get 2 wins there. You're up to 6 and 9. You'll be you'll have 1-2 in a row. I mean, a 7-match loss streak, and they've had some battles in there, as I've talked about. So nonetheless, but that's Colton Schultz. But yeah. So, but right now, let's hear from Coach Bloomquist. We're going to not hear it all because it is a wee long. Baseball wise, yeah, it is a little bit long, but nonetheless, it's all right because, again, a lot of good happened yesterday. Well, in 1 inning, but hey, 5's a number. They got 5. They scored in the 5th, and they got 5 in the 5th, and they won 5-3. And the pitching just, oh, by the way, pitching absolutely rocked it. A lot of you saw my updates and stuff on X yesterday, and pitching just, I mean, again, crushing it. So anyway, without further ado, here is Coach Bloomquist after yesterday's 5-3 win over the Governors of Austin Peay.
Used to it now. all this way, I guess. Never going to be an easy one, I don't think.
You came in here yesterday not happy with your pitching staff and really wanting more efficiency out of them. They took it on the chin for a lot this weekend. Today they gave up 3 runs and that was it. How impressed were you with every single arm that came in for you today?
I think they did a really good job. We guys settled down. Leto did a good job starting us off. Gave up a few runs, wasn't as sharp as he wanted to be, I don't think, but you know, battled and got us through, I think, 4 or close to 4, 3 and 2/3. Gibby, can't say enough about the job he did. He's Mr. Steady that comes in there and calms the waters puts up zeros for a few innings and hopefully gives our offense a chance to get back on track, which is kind of what happened. And then, you know, Carlone bounced back from a tough outing the other day. It looked like the Carlone we've seen all fall and spring, so that was nice to see. And then Kobe threw the ball, you know, well. I don't know, it was walked a couple guys, which uncharacteristic, but the ball's coming out pretty hot, so I was happy to see that.
I know you talked about Cole being a starter potentially, but man, what kind of depth does that provide the bullpen when he's able to come in and probably could have gone even longer than he did today, rattle off 2-3 innings, no problem?
Yeah, that's it's a dilemma that we'll talk about, you know, on whether or not we want to keep that back end of the bullpen, you know, with some firepower with Carlone and Lucas Kelly and Coger. I mean, it's start feeling pretty good when you got those 3 in the back end. You know, as long as we get some length out of some of these other guys to start games, then we'll be in good shape.
One of the bats today was a lot of low 90s fastballs early on from their starter, not getting to it as much as Ed Jackson. Felt his team again known for hitting the fastball. What was the switch to finally get it going in the 5th?
Oh, we got to start tapering off a little bit. He wasn't anything that he wasn't fooling us, and he was coming at us with heaters that had a little bit of ride to it, and he was blowing by us. And to me, that's we got to do a better job making an adjustment. And he was a little bit more velo than we were expecting. The scouting report and the video that we saw on him were 88 to 92. He was coming out pumping, you know, 4s and a couple 5s in there that was some good life up in the zone, and he was basically just saying, hit it if you can, and we weren't touching it. We were underneath, and we were not making the adjustment to it. We were either punching out or popping up, and good offensive teams, you know, realize that earlier and not let it linger on 4 or 5 innings. We're trying to, we need to make a better adjustment, get it on top of the baseball more, or swing it above the ball a little bit to get on top of this fastball. So that's some pretty good life, and he wasn't throwing a lot of off-speed stuff. He was just blowing it by us. So, and then you know, the inning we scored, you know, they kind of self-induced wounds. I think walked a few guys, and Compton got really the only big hit we had all day. And then the Appleby kid, man, that was dirty. I mean, he had some good stuff. So. Yeah, tough day for the offense, but we squeaked it out.
Speaking of adjustments and Isaiah Jackson specifically, the newfound swing, going the opposite way, keeping the hands through, how much do you think that showed the work that he put on this offseason?
I still think he's there's a lot more in the tank. You know, he's hopefully the things will start paying off for him. Hopefully that gets him going a little bit. You know, he's had a really nice fall and spring. And there's a lot more in there. So if we can get him to his potential, and his swing looks better all in all, top to bottom. It just once he gets locked in, it'll go pretty good, I think, for him.
Brandon Compton, he has 9 RBIs in his last 3 games. What is a hot streak like that? How does that reflect onto the rest of the team?
I mean, that's why he's in our 3-hole. I mean, he's pretty good. Somebody's got to come up with big hits, and right now he's been doing it pretty much daily, and you know, Crom had a tough day today, but he's been coming up with some big hits. And you know, we're not quite firing on all cylinders yet. Some guys aren't really. You know, you look at the numbers; they aren't gaudy. I mean, we're just coming up with big hits at the right time. So, you know, Contreras hasn't really got. Although he's had some good at bats, he hasn't really gotten the results yet. You know, Toby is not where he wants to be. You know, Boo, same way. Some of those guys, they'll get going. I'm confident they'll get going, but we're still got a ways to. Kyle Walker, I still look down at the numbers, and that's numbers don't always tell the whole story. He continues to put together really solid at bats and seems to come up with, it sounds so small, but he comes up with a big walk every now and again, where it's just like he's putting together a good at bat to extend an inning or start an inning. Like I said, last weekend he had probably the at bat of the weekend off the lefty from Ohio State, and he just has a knack for coming up with the big at bat when we need it, whether it's a walk or base hit or whatever. So his numbers are he's playing bigger than his numbers are right now. So, but these guys will get it going, I'm confident.
Talking about having good at-bats, Brody Briggs, again, a good day at the plate going 1 for 3. Did you have him tabbed at the beginning of the year as one of those guys that was going to step up and really take care of the offense at the catcher position?
Brody's, you just got a sneaking suspicion. He's a tough kid, and he's going to show up and compete when the lights come on. He's not always going to be pretty. He's not going to have the most, that fluid, sweet left-handed swing, but the kid's going to go up there and fight and get you a good at bat and give you an honest day's work and that type of thing. And to be honest with you, and I don't mean to embarrass him, I don't think he got a hit this whole spring, in inter squads. I really don't. I maybe 1 or 2, but it's just like, I think when the lights come on, that kid's he's gonna show up. He's gonna go the other way, where some guys do really well in inter squads, and when the lights come on, it's different ball game. But I think he's one of those guys that just shows up when the lights come on and knows how to compete. He's that type of mentality, that type of kid. So, am I surprised? Not really. I think he's just, he's starting to get his opportunity.
Record-breaking weekend for attendance for you guys, over 10,000 fans to the full opening weekend. What have you noticed about the support for the program this season, and just the energy overall in the ballpark?
It's been great, and glad you brought that up. Big thank you to the fans for coming out this weekend. Even today was a nice crowd, for being a Monday afternoon, and it's helpful, not only for our guys to get a little energy, but just the fan support. It's great to play in front of fans, and we'll do our best to play a good brand of baseball for them and entertain them while they're here. I think we've seen four exciting games, at the end of the day, where there hasn't been a blowout. They've all been not the prettiest games in the world, but they've all come down to last pitch or two, and they've been exciting games. So we'll continue to, hopefully we can win by a little bit bigger margin than that, so I can relax a little bit. But it's been great to have fan support. They're awesome.
You mentioned the lights coming on yesterday, and you're talking about the bullpen, and when the lights come on, we'll see who they are. Say they went 5 innings, didn't allow a run, only allowed 2 hits. Where does your confidence level stand with those guys after a back and forth weekend?
They're great. We're finding out, like I said, who can do it and who can't. And I think when a lot of those guys that we brought back today are the guys that threw Friday and had decent success on Friday. I think the only guy that had a hiccup really was Carlone. I think his first outing, but he bounced back. He's been in those situations before, so I was confident he was going to bounce back and throw the ball better, and he did. Jonah's just been, like I said, steady Eddie. He's the guy you depend on to calm the waters, and did a great job doing that. And then, Covert closed the game out on Friday and came back today. So those guys got a lot of confidence in. We're trying to find a few more. We can get our good solid 12 or 13 guys ironed out that we can go to work with every weekend and start figuring out the roles for them. Then we'll be in business.
We were just saying before you came in, it's not too often you guys play on a Monday and tack one of these onto a weekend series. What went into the decision to bring in a team of this quality, one of the best mid-majors in the country, and add that onto an already grueling opening weekend with Ohio State?
Yeah, it's such a, you don't know what you're chasing. You're trying to chase RPI, or trying to chase wins, or trying to chase who knows what. At the end of the day, this is a team that won, I think, close to 40 games, if I'm not mistaken, last year, and was top 5 in the country in batting average. We knew that's a team that if we can, come up with a win, that they're going to go out and they're going to win 35, 40 games, and hopefully that's an RPI builder if that's what they're looking for. But we knew that they were going to be tough. They were very well coached. they got guys that can swing the bats, and they had a lot better arms than we were anticipating today that they threw at us. But going into this, yeah, I mean, they were in town for a tournament, and it was just we couldn't find that extra game on Tuesday. Nobody was here or wanted to come in town for one day, so we had to bump it up to be a Monday, and they were willing to stay and play one more before flying back, and it just kind of worked out. So appreciative that they came in town and stuck around one more day to play us, because they were looking for a midweek too. And on their flip side, if they were to beat us, that's, I think, a pretty big resume builder for them long run. So it was a good matchup for both of us.
What do you hope the college baseball world saw from your team this weekend and as a first impression of the 2025 Arizona State Sun Devils?
Doesn't matter to me. It matters what those guys in there do, and what we understand we got to get better. And the record's great. We got 4 wins. Great. It's much easier to coach when you got 4 wins coming off 4 W's than 4 losses. So, but at the end of the day, we're not where we need to be. We got to get better. There's things we got to improve upon, and we know that. And like I said, happy about the 4-0 start, but not satisfied. We got ways to get better. And college baseball, whatever they think of us, hey, respectfully, we don't care yet. Later in the year, we'll start worrying about that.
If not college baseball, is there anything you hope the fans that came in this weekend learn about your team?
I hope the fans saw that we're going to play hard, and I've said this from day one. We're not always going to be pretty. We're not always going to be, professional grade, A1 professional grade, but our kids are going to play hard. And they're going to give you an honest day's work. They're going to play scrappy baseball. They're not going to give in. They'll be resilient, and I think we saw that this weekend. I think we were behind at some point or another in all 4 games this weekend. Sometimes multiple times we take the lead, give it back, here we go. So they battle, they scrap, they fight a little bit, which is fun. And it's meaningful baseball here in Tempe right now, and we're February 17th, 18th today? 17th. Come on, Hoggy. February 17th today, and we're 75 degrees and sunny, and we're playing baseball. People are in t-shirts and shorts, and we're playing a good brand of baseball. It's fun to watch, and this is spring training with a lot more intensity. So please keep coming out to the ballpark, supporting these guys. They're playing hard, and it's a lot of fun.
And Coach, when you talk about playing hard too, when you're saying obviously the pitching today, when they came in, kind of picked the offense up, maybe a little bit sputtering. When you get a win like that and it's complimentary, what do you feel it does for the overall just confidence of the clubhouse?
I think you have to take it that there's not going to be the same hero every night. It's not going to be the offense every night. There's going to be days or nights that our offense sputters like today. And I say only put up 5 runs, but for us, we have better expectations in that, where the pitching staff's going to have to pick us up. And again, against a team that historically swings the bats pretty dang well, and we held them to 3 runs. That was, and no multiple run innings, just kind of a couple singles across the board. That's impressive. So I was glad that our pitching staff was able to step up today and get it done for us. And but at the end of the day, we're all a team. So one day the pitching's got to pick the offense up, and some days the flip flop. So, but we all know we got to, as a whole, get better on both sides of the ball.
I'm curious what your shirt represents.
I took my pull over. That's a team thing.
We're through just the first weekend of baseball. What have you made so far of, I guess, kind of the team chemistry in season, and how confident are you and your guys being able to step up and just be a team?
I'm not worried about them being a team. I mean, they're pretty tight-knit group in there. So that part of it is never an issue, hasn't been an issue. It's been, all 4 of my years here, I feel like these guys in the clubhouse are great kids. We don't recruit turds. We recruit good kids, and every once in a while we swing and miss, but not very often. We do try to do our homework and bring in kids that are academically oriented, and good citizens and good kids that want to work hard and get better. And when you have a full gamut of those guys, full locker room of it, it's for the most part, they're going to be pretty tight in there, and they're all like-minded kids. They get along pretty well. So as far as the team chemistry in there, they're a pretty tight-knit group.
Thanks, Coach.
Cool.
We don't recruit turds. I love that from Willie Bloomquist. And again, I'm laughing not because you think he would, but that is just an awesome, like, forget about it's not, that's not coach speak. That's like a phenomenal coach quote. We don't recruit turds. But just the chemistry in the locker room, you can just see it. I mean, getting to be around the team a little bit in the fall, and obviously we talked to coach right before the start of the season. It's one of those things where but the chemistry, you can see it, and it's like, offensively. And tomorrow we'll hear from some of the guys as we're up against. We'll also hear from Coach Powers tomorrow, Artem Schlane tomorrow from ASU Hockey. So very stoked about that. But for just finishing up on what Coach Bloomquist said, I mean, the pitching, Sunday it was a little bit of a, like I said, a little bit back and forth. And, Ohio State obviously has a pretty good team, right? They, the going back and forth. So he's talking about, like they had a lead, and then they had a lead, and then they had a lead, then they would give it back, then they would get the lead again, and it was a little bit of back and forth. I mean, with Ohio State, like I said, when they won Friday night, when they won 9-8, just real quick. Ohio State went up 2-0 top of the first. ASU got 3 in the bottom. Ohio State tied it up in the top of the second. Then ASU got 3 in the bottom of the third. So it's now 6-3. Then it was Ohio State got one back, make it 6-4. And then it was 8-6. And then in the top of the seventh, because Ohio State got 4, and then ASU answered with 3 in the bottom of the seventh, and then that was that. They win 9-8, and then when they win 7-6 on Saturday, same thing. Ohio State goes up 1-0, then ASU puts up 2, then they're up 2-1. Then Ohio State's up 3-2 in the top of the second, and then Ohio State gets 1 in the top of the fifth to make it 4-2. And then ASU ties it up in the bottom of the sixth to make it 4-4. They each get 1 in the seventh to make it, to be tied at 5. Ohio State gets 1 in the eighth to make it 6-5. And then ASU says, hey, you know what? We're going to walk it off, get 2 in the bottom of the ninth. Bam, 7-6. Devils win. And then I talked about the 17-10 game yesterday. But, yeah, I mean, the pitching, what Jonah Giblin did, he got his first win absolutely solid. I mean, Cole Carlone looked good. And like Coach said, it's one of those things where Rohan Leto, it didn't pitch bad per se, but there's some spots, and then but Jonah Giblin came in just zeros, man, zeros, and Cole Carlone and Will Koger, shuts him down. So after the offense has the 5th inning, so look, I'm very excited. Like I talked about, excited to see where this team can go. The pitching early in the season, that spot on. So. But hey, that's going to do it for Taco Tuesday. You guys enjoy your the rest of your Taco Tuesday. Enjoy your tacos. Hopefully, you got a little bit of spice in them as well. Little spice in the tacos. But yes, enjoy the rest of your Taco Tuesday. Again, remember, men's hoops tonight, 7 p.m. here at Desert Financial Arena. 7 p.m. men's hoops taking on number 5 Houston. You want to get out here early. You don't already have tickets, get on out here and let's see, if we can mess with number 5. And again, the way they've been fighting and battling, and again, Houston, very talented team. The way they've been fighting and battling, I'm just going to say that it's not that they're not deserving of a win. You just got to close out, and let's see if they can do that tonight against the number 5 Cougars. So. And softball, again, at Grand Canyon as well, 7 p.m. If you're on that side of the valley, hey, go check out the softball team, man. Go support them. See, again, that local crosstown rivalry. And like I said, Grand Canyon will be over here, I want to say in April. But, So, hockey, again, Western Michigan, Friday, Saturday. Guys, let's start getting pumped for that. Mall Arena, Coach Powers, this team, the way they play, man, they have earned your passion. So let's go. Let's get out there. Love Sun Devil hockey. So, but I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have like I said, a phenomenal rest of your Taco Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow, same bad time, same bad channel, review of hoops. We'll also hear from Coach Powers tomorrow as well, too, as the team gets ready to take on Western Michigan, who is tops in the NCHC and ASU right behind him. So hashtag our state. Thanks to Big 12 Champs Volleyball for always reminding me of that. And yes, you guys know it. As always, Forks out.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call, too. Playing fake. The Farmer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great play.
That's away. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down. He scored.
From behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wild.